Hello everybody, it's Nicola here. I know, my shimmery wee blue blazer matches the big screen in the back, but stop focusing on my jacket because this one's important. I did say that we should absolutely stay away from big gatherings and that, but I must admit my wee heart is bursting with pride for the Black Lives Matter protest at Holyrood. 4,000 odd folk wearing masks. I can smell the sanitiser for the parliament and it looks like there was all social distancing with no a buckfast in sight. I do stand by the government guideline of social distancing during the pandemic. However, I did get myself a wee tingle. While we were standing in solidarity with the horrific murder of George Floyd, what really bothered me is that every speaker said there was a race problem in Scotland. I didn't like that. I didn't like to hear that because I think we're better than that. But when a problem exists, we've got to fix it. So how do we build a Scotland free for racial prejudice? We've got to change the story. Now I'm braw, so I've got a 3-point plan. But first, let me spell out the current story. See, one of the most biggest problems is that we see black people as black people, and we've created a negative story about them being that. So number 1, get into the schools. Teach them about how in a very terrible part of our history, we did really bad things to other people. We need them to know that we thought we were a good Christian country, but greed made us dehumanise an entire race of people for our own benefit. If they were less than human, then we could do all kinds of shite to keep them making us money and it would be all right. We all need to know that history. But let me ask, who can do the following? We need every kid to know about Mansa Musa. Let them sing along to at least one Fela Kuti song and let them aspire to be like Macy Jemison. It doesn't have to be explicit, just bring it up like we do with white folk. Our kids will just think it's normal and that will change the story. Number 2, the media. We're no exactly friends, but they have got a massive responsibility. Frederick Douglass, one of the greatest abolitionists ever, loved Scotland. Now, I don't know if it was the whiskey, the haggis, or maybe he wore a kilt and liked the cold air on his bum, but he thought he could come and live here. He felt welcome 150 odd years ago. But the media changed that. Now there's a lot of brilliant journalists out there keeping the standard high, but then you got the numpties. Oh God, talk about limited imagination. Meghan could have come for one of the finest performing arts dynasties in the whole of West Africa, but whatever her truth, it was wiped out. We can't control freedom of speech, but we can do more. We could get our media centres to really think and stop the bampot journals for dishing out nonsense and fueling the fire. That will change the story. Point number 3. Now, this is for the black citizens of Scotland. We can't help you here. I'm not saying that whiteys haven't got our own problems. However, for this particular cause, yous need to stop your infighting. We did a good job at dividing yous. However, you do yourselves no favours by listening to the shite that we telled you about yourselves. Yous have got to unlearn that. Learn what you can about your history, because that's what gives you power. Embrace Scottish society, feed into it, be inspired by it and inspire it, because it's yours. Never feel that your voice doesn't matter or that you didn't belong, because it does, and you do. And it doesn't matter how you got here. Maybe you're escaping shite in London, another part of the world, and you hope to receive the same hospitality that you would have given to us had we come to you. It doesn't matter, because you're here, you're Scottish. But a tree grows strong when its roots are deep in the earth, and you have roots that extend far and wide. Honour that, because that will change the story. Now I know that this proposal may be frightening for some, and some may see it as a threat to Scottishness. But Scotland's made up of all kinds of cultures, and culture isn't a static thing. It breathes, it lives. We'll always be Scotland, but the thing that'll make us better is if we uphold the values that we pride ourselves on. Now all I have to do is to say William Wallace and I can see yous all waving your wee fists and shouting freedom! We stand for that. So let's work towards doing it better. To a society where every single one of our black Scottish citizens feels that this is home. Let's change the story.